All right, folks, welcome into another episode 3 of the 2025 Tusketeer Hogcast. I'm Bones, and there's Camo and no Buck, but that's okay. He gave us some spicy stuff to say tonight.
Bucked out.
Buck bucked out. It's
Not
okay. Family first. We get it.
for sure.
Hey, let's just start out by saying what a heck of a time we had at our tailgate on Saturday, and appreciate everyone that stopped by, whether you were a friend of ours or you're a follower. We had some people come up, and we had a ton of people messaging us, wanting our location where we were at on the former golf course, and we had some that said that they had a little bit too much liquor to find us. So sounds like everyone had a good time, and because I know we did. We didn't let the rain keep us down. It probably cleared up about 10:30, and it brought everyone out. So we us three got to eat breakfast there, and
Yeah, and it
Camo
was a beautiful
did all
day
the cooking.
despite the. Yeah, I was the chef on
Yeah,
Saturday,
Chef Camo
which I
on
don't mind.
Saturday. Yeah, and
I don't mind that a bit.
yeah, no, we had the setup, man. We had if y'all haven't seen us, seen some pictures. I think we posted. I know we did the live. We went live, and you probably saw it there. Or we need to upload some pictures. I'll do that this evening or something on our Facebook page. But
You need to upload that video of you and Buck at Wes's house picking up those bago boards.
yeah, yeah, I'll have to do some editing probably toward the end. But
You can
yeah,
cut it.
I can
You
cut
can
it.
cut it.
But hey, Hogs go to War Memorial, get the W against Arkansas State, first time ever to play, 56-14. The score looks really good, but I'm still not sold on their defense there, Camo.
Yeah, I know it's really hard to tell given the opponents that we played, and we've scored so fast. Um, our defense, I don't feel like it's been challenged enough to even really know where they're at. But in saying that, I mean, Thorny had like 10 tackles, I think 6 solo, 9 assists, so that equates to 11 or 12 tackles. Um, the offense, we spread it around. Our wide receivers are doing really good, but I don't know. It's hard to really gauge. I think, like we said last week, this week is the true test.
Yeah.
Uh, going to the Grove, and trying to
Going to
take
the
on
Grove.
Ole Miss.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, if you look at the time of possession, I think they had it 37 minutes. We had two scoring touchdowns in 2 plays or less. And so if you're looking at the box score or the recap and you see that, you might say, man, 36, 37 minutes time of possession for Arkansas State, man, their defense couldn't get off the field. If you seen that before you saw the score, that's what you would think. But then you see the score and you're like, well, what happened? There was one of their touchdowns came from special teams, right? So they had a 94 or 6 yard, return, which, you'll have that sometimes. Some of our guys, I was watching it, our guys got out of their lanes and just kind of lost that edge containment. But yeah, I think if you watch the game or look at the highlights, you can see that the time of possession on the stat sheet doesn't really reflect on the score.
yeah, I mean, you find that in a lot of games. I
Yeah.
mean, if you think you're going to go into any game thinking you're going to hold them, scoreless, it's not really realistic. I think it's how they score that you're more concerned with. Obviously, like Ole Miss last year, they were scoring at will. You never want that. You never want that. But at the same time, I mean, given uh, our opponents, the points we've given up, the points scored, I think we're second, if not at worst third in scoring in the SEC right now.
Yeah.
It's early, but we've put up a lot of points, and then our points against is, you know, at the top as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it was tough to see Talon throw 2 picks. If I remember right, they were back to back. Like back to back possessions, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yeah.
it was hard to watch the game because we didn't go into the game. We just tailgated, and we had all kinds of people stopping by and talking, and some of the
Trying to watch the game.
trying to watch the game. We had the TV set up, and the people next to us, they didn't have TV, so they were coming over and hanging out and watching, which was cool.
That
I
was
mean,
fun.
man,
If
that was
that's the
fun.
last Little Rock tailgate, we did it right for the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
time. I really hope
we
it's
did.
not. Which I was going to get into that if Buck would have been here because I know he would have been a good disagreement with me.
Oh,
Uh,
I think I might be a good disagreement with you on. I think I'd love to hear
one
it.
game a year, one game a year. We owe it to the state. I mean, just thinking in the last 10 years, how many Central Arkansas guys, recruits that we have missed out on going to other SEC programs like Tennessee, Missouri, Ole Miss, etc. That we should have done a better job at getting those guys of recent years. Houston Nutt was good at that. Even Bobby Petrino was really good at that. And since him, we've kind of let that Northwest Arkansas to the rest of Arkansas relationship dwindle in a way to where I know that we're probably not going to get another Little Rock game, but I wish we would just for the simple fact of keeping the rest of the state involved and the recruiting reasons. But
Yeah,
War Memorial they need some improvement. They need about $60 million to improve that stadium and make it make sense to host things like the state high school state championships in football, as well as, at least one hall game a year.
yeah. Yeah, I know you kind of hit on that yesterday when we were talking. I mean, 60 million is not going to go very far on a big upgrade, in my opinion. If you're looking to expand seating, because that's the big argument that I always hear from playing playing that game in Little Rock is, well, you're losing 25,000 tickets. Well, rarely does Donald W sell out, so you're really not losing that many. I mean, you're losing a lot. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, then your concessions, and then whatever else, your game day apparel stuff. So I see the argument, but
It's $800 to $1,000 for one hotel, all the food and drink you're going to do, and the tickets. Uh, it's a quite a bit to ask somebody from, let's say, you know, Dumas, Arkansas,
yeah, yeah,
to come to Fayetteville. It's really hard to ask, and I don't know. I see both sides, but I will say the Northwest Arkansas folks need to come down to Little Rock and take some notes about how to tailgate because
that
we
is
definitely know how
true.
to do that.
That is true. I will
We
agree with
definitely know
you,
how to do that.
and that's always been the case since I've been a Razorback fan now for 32 years.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, there was that guy that come up to us Saturday morning. Of course, we offered him some deer sausage, but he said he'd been coming to Little Rock since 1980. He was from Fayetteville. They made the drive down to Little Rock, and he hated to see the Little Rock games go.
yeah,
Um, he hated to see this tailgating experience go as well. So
yeah.
I echo his opinion.
Here's my take on it. If we're going to play one game a year, I am not for this Arkansas State matchup. Now, let me also say I think it could be played maybe every few years, I think, but I don't want another made up rivalry. I don't the only in my opinion, the only reason why that game was as packed as it was inside the stadium. And, I'll even go to say all the amount of tailgaters that were there was because of it potentially being the last game at War Memorial, and it being the first time. But this has been a long time coming, so you had a lot of boomers there that didn't want it, but showed up to see it probably. And so I say you maybe go back to playing like your Mississippi State or someone like that. I don't want to play LSU there like we used to. I'd say
I'm
you
not
play a
for
Mississippi
I'm not
State
for
or
playing I'm not for playing the SEC team in the Rock anymore.
yeah,
I don't think there ever needs to be an SEC conference game in the Rock. Those are too crucial. You need every fan there yelling, screaming,
yeah.
supporting, all that good stuff. And for the look on TV, for the, all of those reasons, you got to have those in
Th-
Fayetteville. But I would say, play, and even if we rotated, even if we played like UCA 2 years and then played Arkansas State 2 years, then we played UCA 2 years as one of our cupcake games, we're going to schedule a cupcake game anyway, one or two of them at least. I mean, we actually have two tough ones on the schedule this year in Memphis and Notre Dame.
yeah,
But Arkansas State, if we would have faced them last year, they did make a bowl game last year. If we'd have faced them last year and it was, Taylor Green's first year under Bobby Petrino, well, that game probably would have been closer last year that we had on Saturday. But I think we kind of caught Arkansas State at a good time, being who we are right now, second year with Taylor, with Bobby, this defense, T. Will, everything. And
yeah,
then Arkansas State losing quite a bit from last year's team. That
yeah.
was a
And
bowl game team.
yeah, I've seen a lot of Razorback fans say, let's do it every year, but I guarantee you, if we would have lost that game, that would not be the case. That would not be, if we would have lost that, that would have been the signed, sealed, delivered of playing A State. That would have been a one and done
Well, let
thing.
me ask you this. Of all reality, as honest as possible, over the last, you're 32. So you could probably remember games, at least 7 or 8 years old. So since
Yeah.
you were 7 or 8, how many teams, honestly, do you think Arkansas State has put over there in Jonesboro that could beat an Arkansas team that you've seen since then? I could maybe think of maybe one or two. And even if that happened, even ever after, 20, 25 years, they win one time,
Yeah.
it doesn't
I,
kill us.
I remember like
It's a big deal,
04 one year in between Matt Jones and D Mac, right before D Mac and Hillis got there, maybe 04. I think we won 5 games that year, something like that. And then of course the Chad Morris era. So those 2 or 3 years, that's really all I could say. Hey, A State probably would have beat us, or at least
Well,
put up a fight.
we had Matt Jones. We had Matt Jones, and then we went from Matt Jones, I think, to Casey Dick or
Yeah. Well,
uh, yeah,
no. After
Cl-
Matt Jones, it was not Matero Richardson, but
Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Casey Dick.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that probably that year, maybe I can't remember how good Arkansas State was that year, but I'm just saying that I feel like the ratio is pretty good in Arkansas's favor
Yeah.
over 100-year period. They're going to beat you 4 or 5 times. Uh, based off the math, uh, I don't mind it.
Yeah, and it might not be a big deal now that we've done the game and we won. It might not really matter anymore. So that way we can say we did it. We not only did we do it, but we just wiped the floor with you.
Yeah.
So I guess if I had it, because next year we're going to 9 SEC games. So if I was going to say if we got 3 cupcakes, well, really that's only room for 2 cupcakes because we're going to play Notre Dame next year at in South Bend.
Yeah.
So you really got two options there to play a cupcake. And I say you do your one, one or two, and then the rest of your 10 games you play one other non-conference game, like
Needs to be competitive.
maybe a Notre Dame. Or I'm kind of old school, and I wouldn't mind seeing us play like a TCU, or I know I said it last week too, but TCU or a Texas Tech, or and not make it a old SWAC rivalry game like we did with A&M, but just a home and home. 1 year we're in Fayetteville, the other year we're at their facility. So
I would love to have a Pac-12 team. Is it still the Pac-12? Pac-12
I think
team
there's only
come
two
to
teams in the
Fayetteville.
Pac-12.
I mean, like we played USC.
We did that.
I can't remember the last time we've actually played a Pac-12 school.
I mean, it was probably USC. I mean, let's think. Even in the bowl games, we've played Wisconsin. They're not Pac. We've played
our bowl games usually isn't
Big 12
affiliated with Pac-12.
Yeah. I mean, so
I'd like to see
USC.
that, but I will say this, in regards to the non-conference, I think two cupcakes, maybe a tier above that, and then maybe a hard one like we're playing Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But you look at South Carolina Clemson. That's a non-conference game that they schedule at the end of the year because that's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
And a non-conference game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky that play Georgia, and that's always their non-conference games. They're sometimes competitive, but those universities are, upper echelon enough to where they make it make sense to play each other for their state. It is a more competitive rivalry than Arkansas State. So yeah, we've got more to lose. But if Arkansas State, gains traction and becomes, say, where they're winning that Sun Belt Conference every year, like a Boise State does to their conference, it needs to happen.
Yeah,
it needs to happen.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I know the governor of Arkansas sent letters to both universities saying, "Hey, I basically saying I want this game every year in Little Rock." And I think as time goes on, it'll lose its luster. Playing A-State every single year. I don't really ever seeing it becoming a rivalry, because I don't think we'll ever have the same. We'll always be, to me, we're probably 4 or 5 steps in talent wise above A-State, and I feel like we kind of always have been, minus the 2 Chad Morris years. Even the John L. Smith
if they get
years,
heckled,
John L. Smith, we had really good talent. We lost some good receivers, but we still had Tyler Wilson. But we just, that was just, there was some distractions, obviously, that cursed there, but
we don't need to go into that.
We won't go into that, but I'll probably give this week, or I guess last week, I'll probably give it another B-. I think I said that last week on the Alabama A&M game, but I'm going to go B- just because the special teams fluke. And hey, they were driving down and got to our 1, and I mean we put up a good stance and shut them down, and then went and scored 99 yards. KJ Jackson took us 99 yards. Which that's the drive that screwed us on our bet there, Camo, is
I know.
We needed Taylor
and
Green
the 2 picks.
We needed Taylor Green another
39
yards, and if he could have just drove us to the 50 and let KJ took over. Hey, I tell you one thing, if Lane Kiffin was our coach, he would have done that. Lane Kiffin pays attention to the daggum lines. I promise you that. He said something in his press conference last week apologizing to the Ole Miss fans for not meeting the cover. I
Covered.
guess it was the cover, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I say B- for my grade. You know, defense, man, we have got to tighten up on the rushing, our D backs. We just got to get it together.
Yeah. Well, I would, if it wasn't for the kickoff return and maybe a few miscues on defense, I didn't think it was a whole lot. Uh, and personally, I thought we played pretty well. I feel like we improved from week 1 to week 2 in that regard. Um, I would give them an A if it wasn't for that, but I'll say an A minus. I'll say an A minus for um, for this past weekend
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I think we did exactly what we wanted to. We had what, almost 600 yards of offense, and
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. We
and
were close.
only gave up one defensive touchdown and then one special teams touchdown. Obviously, uh, man, I think that's really good. I think we did exactly what we were supposed to do. Yeah, there's always going to be some miscues and some bad plays in there that you need to correct. You can't expect them to be playing midseason form in week 2. But man, I'd give them an A minus for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good.
I'm more optimistic beating Ole Miss after Saturday than I was
You and Buck both.
before and just the way that we played. Because man, our wide receivers are hauling ass to the as far as running routes and catching balls and
Catching
scoring. And
balls. Yeah.
our running back had over 100 yards. What was it? 100 and 116 on 9 carries. I was wrong. I'll admit that I was wrong for my take on the game. I thought we would run it more, but I listened to Pittman after the game, and he said that we'd like to run it more. And I think that was their intentions to run it more, like
Yeah.
I predicted. But we're scoring so fast. These guys aren't getting a lot of touches just because we got 5, 6 play drives.
Yeah. Well, we had,
And if we were having 9 to 12 play drives or more, they're obviously going to get more touches, and you're going to see those numbers go up. But
yeah. Well,
it's not
we
not
had
happened yet.
321 yards rushing, but 151 of that was from Taylor Green. He was our leading rusher.
Yeah,
Mike Washington had
yeah,
116. We netted 321 total on rushing and 309 for a total of 630 on total yards.
total yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was right at 600.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's fantastic to me.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you get 600 yards on offense, you are Bobby Petrino clicking.
Yeah, you're clicking on that for sure.
You're dialing it up. You're dialing it up. But yeah, defense is still the question. There's no question there on me agreeing with you on that. I just don't think it's to the level that you and Buck have mentioned. I'm trying to be optimistic, but we'll see. We'll see Saturday because there's nobody with more pressure on them right now than T. Will the way last year went.
Yeah.
The way last year went, he's got some hella pressure on him. He wants to perform. He wants to shut that pass attack down and shut down their quarterback. I think we're going to do that with some blitz packages. Buck mentioned that in his text before we started. We don't care about your take, Buck. You didn't show up, so you're not allowed to give an opinion.
Yeah.
But I will give you that little, nugget there.
Yeah.
He did say that they were going to blitz a lot and probably bring the pressure on that freshman quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, let's move right into it. I mean, Arkansas Ole Miss in Oxford in the Grove, 6 p.m. I don't know, is the game on? It's on ESPN, so prime time. Hey, it's closer for me. I'm not going to give my score prediction just yet, but it's closer for me than what I was thinking. For sure. Arkansas right now is a 7.5 point underdog, and the total is 61.5. So, it could be a shootout. It really could. I mean, it could get over 80 points.
Good God.
It could.
Holy
I mean,
shnikes.
I don't like what I'm seeing out of our defense, and I don't think their defense is, is good. I mean, here's one thing that you got to look at. I'm looking at the injury report, and the biggest standout outside of, I mean, obviously we got some people out, which Antonio Jordan's out, Monte Harrison's out, he broke his foot, and Sice or Sis, however you say his name, Ismail Sis. But the questionable is Kavion Henderson. The I don't know if this is a rookie or sorry, a freshman or a transfer, but Mark Kalen Batten, running back, our punter Devin Bell. Something happened to him this week in practice where he's
Yeah.
questionable. And
I
then
think Pittman said he'll be fine.
our defensive lineman Quincy Rhodes Jr. is on the questionable list, which I know questionable means kind of, maybe, because you've got out, you've got
We need him.
doubtful,
Of all
and
those guys,
questionable
we
and
need him.
probable. And him being on the questionable side, I don't like that because we're already thin on D line, and we need them bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they've got some people out. Jalen Braxton is questionable on their end, which we know him. We know we can pass all over him because they passed all over him last year when he was at Arkansas.
Yeah.
And then they've listed probable some of their players. I don't see Luke Hawes on here. He's not on out, and he's not on questionable, and he's not on
Luke
probable.
Hawes,
So he's playing.
he's on. No, Luke Hawes tore his ACL or his Achilles. He's out for the year.
That what Lane Kiffin said earlier this week is he expects him to play.
Really?
That's what he said, because when we were texting in our group and Buck said Haas might go off, I said, dude, he's hurt for the year. He said, no. Kiffin came out and said that he expects him to play this year. So I went and looked it up, and sure as crap on Twitter or whatever, he's saying
news to me.
Yeah, he's saying he could.
It's news to me. I tried not to watch Lane Kiffin, so
yeah. I mean, I'll look it up.
he's about as lame as there is.
Well, yeah, he's he's Lane Kiffin. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, just ask Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Just ask Nick Saban.
Ask Tennessee and ask USC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not a Kiffin fan.
So yeah, I mean, he's got a. I mean, this is saying what I read. I went and found the article about what Kiffin said about him, and it said he's expected to play, or he didn't say expected
to play this season or this game
against Arkansas. It said Haas did not appear on Wednesday's availability report, meaning he's in line to place on Saturday. Jalen Braxton is questionable. So Luke Haas might be ready to try to do something, against his former team. I don't think it'll be, coming off a first game back on an injury, you're timid. You are timid. I mean,
yeah,
especially a knee injury or something like that. You're going to be playing timid for sure.
Yeah, you're always scared to get hurt again after you just got healthy. Clearly, so he may not be playing with reckless abandon speed, but I think we'll do good. I honestly do. I'm remain hopeful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're
I'm a hopeful hog. I'm a hopeful hog.
So their quarterback Simmons, I think it's Austin Simmons or something like that. I know it's Simmons. He's got 576 passing yards this year with 4 interceptions and only 3 touchdowns. Taylor Green is got 561 yards, so he's just right behind him with 10 touchdowns and just 2 picks. So he's got more than double the touchdowns and half of the interceptions.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss, I mean, they really haven't played, anybody. I mean, do you call Kentucky somebody? I don't think so. Kentucky's program has
I think
kind
they're
of
the
been
worst
in
team in the league.
shambles. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're Kentucky and it's a SEC school, but they are not a threat. They're kind of becoming the Vanderbilt of football. I mean, they were doing good. Stoops had them going good for a little bit, and it's just kind of all came crashing
Fell
down.
off.
Yeah, they're a basketball
Yeah.
school. They're putting all their eggs in basketball, I feel like. But
Yeah.
I feel really good this week. I don't think it's going to be as bad as what I was going to probably say coming into the season, and even after the first game. But I'm kind of riding high on the 2 wins. Kind of like not as much as Buckman. Buckman is full on. I mean,
He's drinking the
he's
juice.
drinking the
He's
juice,
drinking the
man. He's
juice.
saying 10-2 or 9. He says what did he say in that text? Something about going 9-3. So Buckman
I'm
is.
supposed to be the one that says that.
I know this is total. Maybe Buckman's trying to like
Flip flop.
flip and
It's
bring
this.
something.
It's this reverse. It's
Yeah,
this reverse psychology he's doing.
yeah,
He's messing me up.
I,
I'm
it,
like, what happened to Buck? I want
y-
to ask him, Buck, when you watch this, what happened to you, dude?
yeah,
What happened?
yeah. Oh well, his brother's a doctor. If y'all didn't know
I
that,
like this Buck better. I like this Buck better, though.
yeah.
I will say.
Oh, I do too. I do too. But if y'all didn't know, but Adam Buckman, Buckman's brother, Adam.
He's a doctor.
He's a freaking doctor, and you
He's a freaking.
you better show him some respect. We had some fun. It's a little inside joke. We had some fun with our tailgate. We were trying to set him up with some, you know, girls that were walking by, and we might have mentioned that he was a doctor and maybe single. So,
He drives a Corvette.
yeah, he drives a Camaro. It's a Camaro.
Oh, Camaro.
Yeah.
Some.
Right. Camo, let's just break it down. I mean, give us your thoughts for, going into Ole Miss Saturday. I like the fact that it's a night game. Tickets are only $115 if you want to go. It's 3.5 hours from Central Arkansas. So I'm hoping some Hog fans will show up.
We definitely show up to the Grove. Won't be a ton, but we'll have a presence there for sure, just like us Hog fans do. But I think this game is very crucial uh, in a lot of ways. Uh, I think obviously it's our first test. It's our first road test. It's our first SEC game. Uh, did I say that right? SEC game?
Yeah.
Uh, and Kiffin was going to take this job at Arkansas. And for some reason, something happened and he went to Ole Miss. I don't know if he used this as a bargaining tool to get more money from Ole Miss, which is Buck's theory. I think he was really serious. I mean, his dad, Monty Kiffin, coached at Arkansas at one point.
Yeah.
I think with Pete Carroll under Lou Holtz, but I could be wrong about
yeah,
that.
a long time ago.
So Monty Kiffin coached here at Arkansas. Now Lane seriously was considering taking the Arkansas job, and there was something, either monetary wise or program wise or the relationships with who he had, don't know, but he took the Ole Miss job. And then
Yeah.
we soon later hired Sam Pittman. I'm glad we did. I love Sam Pittman, as y'all know.
Yeah.
He's a very underrated coach.
He was our D coordinator in 97, 98, and 79.
Okay.
Or sorry, 77, 78, and 79. I think I said
That
97.
sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay. Not sure if it was I forget who was the coach then. It was either Lou Holtz, Ken Hatfield, you know,
Yeah.
something like that. But anyway, like I said, all those reasons, which I think I've already named like 4 or 5, and I could go on about how important it is to beat Ole Miss. Because if you're Arkansas, your key has always been you got to beat the Mississippi schools.
Yeah. I've
You
always
have to beat.
considered
Oh,
them a rival, a big rival.
yeah. You have to beat the Mississippi schools if you're going to win the West, which there's no West anymore. It's
Right.
just all one conference. But if you're going to do well in conference, you have to beat at least the Mississippi schools. So um, I think just the nature of it, we have obviously more pressure on us. The way they played us last year, the way we lost. Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
could be right. It could be a shootout. It could be a shootout, or it could surprise you, and defenses kind of bow up, and it'd be kind of an ugly game at the start. Both teams really playing hard, and then it kind of warm up to what we thought the whole game would be like. It's going to be one or the other. I actually think it's going to be the latter. I think it's going to go a little slower at first. Both teams trying to establish the run and kind of chip away with long drives instead of trying to hit it over the top quick. I think we're going to try to feel each other out first.
Yeah.
Feel each other out, and then I think there'll be some scoring a little bit later. My score prediction, and I'm going to be real. I come into this season telling myself, yeah, Josh, you're going to be the optimistic Hog fan, but also I want to be real with our listeners,
Yeah.
watchers, listeners, whatever the heck they are. Uh, appreciate it, by the way. But I don't know. I want to say 45-38 Ole Miss. 45-38 Ole Miss.
We are really close. We are really, really close.
And
Buckman,
I think that touchdown comes late in the fourth quarter. We're going to be tied 38-38, and us Hog fans are going to be up on our feet thinking we got it, and Ole Miss is going to come with that last gut-wrenching score to put it away. And I hate to say it, and I hope I am as wrong as ever been with that statement, but I want to be real. I just not sure if we got enough to beat Ole Miss at Ole Miss, but I sure hope so.
Yeah. Well, you predicted this to be an L at the beginning of the season.
And I want to stick with that.
Yeah. Buckman, on the other hand, predicted an L and has flopped. Breaking news on this. I don't know if I've got a breaking news deal, but he's flipped. Like we said earlier, he is drank the Kool-Aid. He has drank the Kool-Aid, and he's going 38-20 Hogs. I should hope
38-20.
38.
Good God.
I sure heck
Kiffin. If we held Kiffin to less than 30 points, I think he might go in the back and
put. Hey, we do that,
beat his head up
and we
against the
win.
wall.
Hey, we'll be ranked. We'll be ranked, which I'm not worried about that. I'm just saying that we'll be up there. All right. I'm not switching either. I picked an L. I'm sticking there, but I'm saying 42-38. So we're really close, within 3 points of one another, and I think it's going to be a shootout. I really do. I think Simmons is going to have kind of a field day with our D-backs, and I think Taylor Green's going to have a field day with their D-backs, and I just kind of think, I'm like you, there's going to be a late score that's going to get them, get them there. And I think they edge us out 42-38. I sure as heck hope me and you're wrong, and I hope Buckman's right. Because I would
really hope he's 38-20
nothing
right.
more than to come out of Ole Miss, out of Oxford, and coming back with a dub and going into Memphis, hopefully riding that high and go beat them and go into that Notre Dame game undefeated. What
on a cloud nine high?
Man.
Yeah.
because we could
That'd be awesome.
ride it. I really do.
Yeah.
Just like in the past,
Yeah.
we've kind of let one loss turn into maybe 2 or 3. I'd love to see a win this week turn into 2 or 3 wins.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
keep it going.
For
But
sure.
time
I
obviously will
will say
tell.
this though. Bones. I, something I failed to mention was about defense. And if our defense can contain them enough and make this Simmons guy earn it, he's got to earn it and make him nickel and dime down the field. Don't give up any big plays. And that's going to be the key. The defense that contains that offense more and doesn't give up the big play the least amount is going to win the game. I hope we can do it. But Lane Kiffin offenses are stout, and
Well, we know
I,
we know one of their
T. Will's going to have
offensive
to prove he
linemen
can stop him.
sucks. We know one of their O-line sucks, and Patrick Kudas. I mean,
Kudos. Oh, kudos.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't
That's
have a
one guy
lot of
we
faith.
were ready to say,
Yeah,
see
I
ya.
mean, good riddance. See ya. I mean, I don't know what Lane saw in him, but whatever. Uh,
A big
I
butt.
just don't think. Yeah, I just don't think our defense, either one. I don't know what kind of defense they run, and I probably should know that, especially this being the midweek point in the week. But I know we're going to run a 3-3-5, and because they're Lane. I mean, that's Lane Kiffin. They pass, and Lane's probably saying, "Hey, Bobby Petrino, they pass." So they might. I mean, I think we'll both be bringing weird blitzes. I think we'll do that, or at least show and back off. But I just don't see really either team doing a lot of damage on the defensive line front. I think we're going to try to. I mean, I do. I really think it's just going to be a shootout, and we're just trying to outscore one another.
Yeah.
I mean, I see some 60-yard plus air raids. You know, I think Taylor Green.
Coming our way.
Well, I think both ways. I really do. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be very fun to watch. It's like when you go to MLB game, you're either going to get a rubber match or you're going to get, a good offensive game. And I think it's going to just be an offensive game. I really do.
Definitely has the makeup of that for sure.
Yeah, I mean it does, and two high scoring
But I've also
offenses.
learned watching football enough, it ain't always that way. When you think you can draw it up on paper and you're like, oh, these offenses are probably going to go off, then it's a 21-24 ball game, at the most. And you're like, dang. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah,
It's
I mean
all our opinion, but Kiffin and Bobby Petrino. It's Kiffin and Bobby Petrino.
Yeah.
Who's the better play caller? The two of the best in the country, really, as far as knowing football and calling plays. And
yeah,
that the battle's really not between them. The battle's between T. Will and Kiffin. And I'm sure Bobby has probably been in T. Will's ear a little bit more this week, trying to maybe figure out, how would you attack my defense? Asking Bobby, how would you attack me if you were Lane?
Yeah.
And let Bobby explain that to him. Or go, hey, we played y'all in practice. We know who you got better than anybody because we've been going against y'all spring and fall or summer practice, and really have some dialogue there on how to stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, that's what I would do. I would talk to my D coordinator and ask him that for sure.
Well, especially Bobby Petrino, because I think T. Will values his knowledge in running offenses and how to really hone in on the defense's weaknesses.
Yeah.
And you're not hearing it from Lane, but you're hearing it from somebody that's a lot just as successful as Lane and has done it a long time and probably thinks to the certain level as Lane does.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to spank my dog. He's down here trying to get me to throw him the damn ball. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to stick with the L again, and just hopefully be wrong, but I do. I'm just going to keep with that prediction.
42-38.
42-38. Yeah, and you're 45-38. Buckman's 38-20. I sure as heck hope me and you're wrong there, Camo.
Me too, and I'll be so glad to say I was.
Oh yeah, me, absolutely, me too. And I'm talking about the outcome, not the score.
Absolutely. Yeah. I want Hogs by 90 every week.
Every week, yeah.
We don't get it.
I was gonna bring this up earlier and I didn't, but because it's not Hog related, but it's SEC coach related. Billy Napier, man, they got a tough matchup this week against LSU in Death Valley. I don't see them winning that. He is 500. He is 20-20 his tenure, if that's what you want to call it, there in Gainesville.
Yeah.
If he loses, I don't know if he'll get fired for losing against LSU. But if he loses against LSU and then loses next week, he might be fired. I mean, I don't know who Florida's got next week, but
those Florida people, they're vicious now.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
they're vicious, which they have the right to be because they've got a great program, won the Natty a few times. But I don't know. I don't really ever agree with firing a coach mid-season, especially after what he did last year, because they were talking all this nonsense the first 4 or 5 games last year, and then he turned around and won 5 out of 6, and they went to a bowl.
Yeah, and the boosters, they already came out last year and said that they had raised enough money to buy them out during the season last year. They came out with that. LSU's a 7.5 point favorite. 47.5 over under, and that game's 6:30 on ABC. But Florida's got
well, if you want to parlay,
100%. If Florida loses against LSU and then loses next week against Miami, Napier's done. That's the final straw. That would be 2 in-state schools that he's lost to.
Yeah. You're probably right there.
He's done after that.
If you go 1-4, or what did that be, 1-3?
Well, it'd be 1-3, but
1-3.
But 2 of those are from in-state schools. Yeah,
that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough.
They've got, remember we looked it up, and their schedule was right in line with ours with the toughest. This season.
Well, and notice. Let me go back to the score. You said the line was 7.5, also for Arkansas.
Yep.
And Ole Miss. So both lines are 7.5. Let me get that correct, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let me give you a parlay. Take LSU to cover the points.
Okay.
Yes, to cover the 7.5. Take Arkansas plus 7.5 at Ole Miss. Even if they lose by a touchdown,
well, that'd be
that still covers.
That'd be a pretty
still covers.
Strong bet.
And get some prop bets in there if you want to, but there's a two game parlay for you.
Yeah. I mean, if it was me doing it, and I don't individually bet on the Hogs, but we did last week because it was a group thing. But I would probably do LSU money line, maybe Arkansas to cover, and then, like you said, throwing in like a couple player props like Omega Blake or Mike Washington to score, do like anytime touchdowns or something along those lines. Get your odds up a little bit. Bet with a little bit less house money if that's what you're playing with, and just have a little bit better return. I'll tell you what, I'm on this. I'm on these bets the last few weekends of just picking 4 or 5 teams to win, and I missed it on NFL Week 1 by 1 team because I picked the lines,
and it was the lines.
I picked the lines to beat the
told me that.
Green Bay, but I think I'm going to bet against the Packers again tomorrow, even though the game is at Lambeau again, and it's the Commanders, and I don't know why. But I've been riding high on the Commanders this year. in preseason, and thinking that they're just going to kind of shock a lot of people. And I think I'd probably throw them in, like if I did another 4-team parlay, just straight money line. I probably would pick them again, or pick against Green Bay again. Pick Washington.
No, I think they beat a better team last week than what they play this week. I think the Lions are a better team than Washington. Uh, I say they handle business. To be
I think
honest with
so.
you, I think Green Bay and the Bills are destined to meet in the Super Bowl. Based off Week 1, they were by far the best two teams in the league.
Well, if that's the case, maybe Buffalo could break their curse.
And Ravens being a very, very close second.
What a
I should say
game,
by
though.
far.
What a game Bills and Ravens
That
was,
was
man.
amazing.
What a game.
I wish every game was like that. You
Yeah.
know, that you just back and forth, and the way it all went down was
most of the offense happening in the fourth quarter. The last 20 minutes, last 20 minutes of the game.
It's still a good game, just the way it all kind of folded out. It was. I sit there on the edge of my seat the whole time.
I did too. Well, I was laying in bed, and that's always a bad recipe for me because I'm gonna fall asleep. And I fell asleep. I watched Derrick Henry fumble the ball. I fell asleep, and I woke up to the Bills kicking the field goal, just thinking, "Oh my gosh!" And I could have prevented it by just standing up, but I didn't. I fell asleep. Ain't gonna lie. All right, well, let's get off this thing. Let's end it with a woo pig, and let's go to Oxford, and I hope the Hogs prove me and you wrong there, Camo. And
Me too.
For once, I want Buckman to be right. You know,
I'll take all the shit from Buckman next week.
I will too.
Especially if he gets that score right, 38-20, then I'll take whatever he's got to say and I'll just shut my mouth.
Yeah,
that would be wonderful.
Let me just say this: if Buckman is right and that's the score for some crazy reason around that, and we at least hold Ole Miss to 20 points, I might start drinking the same Kool-Aid that he's drinking. I mean, I might.
Give me a sip of that, Buck.
Yeah,
give me a sip.
I'm not going to just turn it up, but I'm going to have a couple sips, and then next week we go in. I'll have a few more, and then.
Well,
I mean, I'm not going to get ahead of myself here. I'm not going to get ahead of myself.
Buck's been taking some big pulls off that.
Yeah, he's bubbled it a few
Bobby
times.
Petrino bottle.
He's bubbled that bottle a few times. Hey, he's ready to sit by the fire, twist that lid off, and throw that some gun in the fire. That lid and just go. Let's just go. Oh man! All right. Well, hey, sorry that we didn't have Buck on here this week, but we got his take, and we'll be back next week probably on Wednesday again. Hopefully, talking about a Razorback win. So, hey, go Hogs, and let's go beat Ole Miss.
Go Hogs, woo pig.